Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai. On the back of my video on Virgil van Dijk, is he the greatest or best centre-back in world football history? Well, there was a discussion on my Discord forum. If we have to replace Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold, worst comes to worst, then who would be the ideal players to replace these three legendary players for Liverpool? They've been there, seen it all and done it all and won it all. Unfortunately in the Premier League, obviously we won it behind closed doors with COVID and all the tragedy that unfortunately brought about, so it's understandable, but it would have been nice for Henderson and Klopp and the team to celebrate it in front of everyone. But hey ho, ended 30 years of hurt. There you go. Who would be the ideal replacements? Now let's start with Mo Salah, right? Mo Salah, Egyptian king, running down the wing, the metric goal scorer, the goal king, always scores the goals, always assists, season upon season, our highest fantasy football point scorer, and he's top of the pops in terms of scoring and assisting currently as well. The wide playmaker Mo Salah, no longer the silky dribbler, fast mercurial winger, but he has evolved slightly. Now he's still very hit or miss in terms of hitting the target and converting opportunities, but his off the ball running is still top notch. Now what are we looking for here? This conversation about replacing these three players always comes down to two things in my opinion. Are you looking for like to replicate the existing system, or are you looking long term for a player in that position to play in a slightly different way? Now Mo Salah is probably the easiest one statistically in terms of attributes that he possesses to replace. Now you can't replicate his professionalism and his output for now in this current Liverpool team, but if you're looking for a right winger who's left footed, who plays on inside forward channels and who can play make, the current iteration of Mo Salah, play make from a wide position as well, three names pop to mind. Takefusa Kubo, Japanese, diminutive, small, tricky, skillful, very much a winner's mentality, wants to win at all costs, a bit of a cheeky chappy as well, hasn't got the same professionalism as Mo Salah, hasn't got the same speed as a prime Mo Salah, does have great dribbling, great skills, probably better skills in terms of actual techers and skills, we're thinking Neymar for example, than Mo Salah. Doesn't score enough, doesn't get enough assists, doesn't score, but he's still at the very early age. You think of Mo Salah, Fiorentina and Roma, or even the Mo Salah of Chelsea, right, ready to explode. All the talent and the attributes are there, and Wataru Endo said he is the most likely in Japan to replicate Mo Salah's kind of career, right? So that's a big up right there. Big man, Biggie, Wataru Endo. Oh yeah, up the shiny one. Play Wataru Endo. I think premature. If you bring in Takefusa Kubo, you have to bring in another player as well to balance off the lack of goals and direct assists, because he'll need time to get up to scratch, especially the speed of the Premier League as well, because he's not the fastest, but he's very, very skillful, and he can play number 10 as well. You're probably going to need another right winger, or you rotate with Federico Chiesa, because Chiesa is great on the right wing, but he's not a Mo Salah replacement. He's a different type of player. Very, very direct, very, very good shot. If he can stay injury free, he could be a viable option as a starting right wing as well, but he has to prove his fitness and ability to adapt to the demands of Premier League. Another one, Jarrod Bowen. Now Jarrod Bowen's almost ideal in the world of football. 27, 28 thereabouts, used to the Premier League, does it week in, week out at a bad West Ham team. Not the worst West Ham team, but you know, it's not the same as Liverpool for example. Scores cracking goals with the left foot and the right foot. He's quite clinical. His crossing is better than Mo Salah. His shooting is better than Mo Salah. Now that might sound taboo, but I'm talking about actual attributes, right? Mo Salah's off the ball movement and goal scoring positions is unquestionable. But right now, in current state of play, Mo Salah, Jarrod Bowen shoots better with the left foot, more power, more accuracy. Shoots better with the right foot as well. Mo Salah's right foot has never been proficient, although Mo Salah is using his right foot more and more these days, especially in Egypt where he plays more of a number 10, roaming number 10 playmaker. Really tries to play with his right foot as well, and on the right wing taking shots with the right foot. He really should trust it more, because it's not bad, it's decent. I think he gets more power on the right foot rather than the curling left foot shot anyway. I digress just a little bit. Jarrod Bowen, ideal. His crossing is immense. He has to be clinical, because West Ham don't fashion or create so many chances, so when the chance does occur, they're hoping Bowen is at the end of it, giving it to Kudus, giving it to Paqueta, giving it to Antonio, that kind of thing, give it to Ings, and play from there and see how it goes. So I do think that Jarrod Bowen would be ideal, but it would cost so much. And does he really want to leave West Ham? And your money, you're talking about 80 million, 90 million for Jarrod Bowen. Now, he could get a quality 4 or 5 years of his prime. He's homegrown, not the highest salary in the world, would return goals, would return assists, and he'd be the closest one to returning the kind of numbers Mo Salah has, because if we play Jarrod Bowen the same way we play Mo Salah and keep looking for him in that pocket, in that position as well, and he has the ability to go around the outside, which Mo Salah lacks these days, he's tricky, and his off-the-ball movement, he's a poacher, he's a predator, he smells the chances, and he's decent with his head as well. He scored that head against us, for example, so he would be ideal. But final option, if you want a right winger with a left foot, it's Leroy Sane. Premier League proven, silky, mercurial, at Bayern Munich, hasn't lit the world on fire. Super skillful, tremendous shot, a little bit wasted in regard to maybe professionalism and off the ball and off the field antics as well. Maybe not help him reach his sky high potential, because at Man City he looked like a world beater, absolute world beater. Right wing, can cut inside, left foot shot can go around the outside, can play with his right foot as well. Very talented, quite hard working, but not the best defensively. Leroy Sane would be amazing as well, but injuries have caught up to him slightly, and I think Jarrod Bowen's actually a safer bet than Leroy Sane, but Leroy Sane might be more exciting of the bunch. Now, these are like-for-like replacements for Mo Salah. If you wanted a wild card, then you could, for example, be going for Mohamed Kudus, different type of player, silky, playmaker, a bit more like Sadio Mane, unpredictable, wild card. Not the most orthodox, but very effective, and his dribbling statistics are off the charts now. And one that I really would look at is Bryan Mbeumo, right? Bryan Mbeumo always returns points in fantasy football, in fantasy Premier League, and a wild card, and just on the cusp of becoming world class and a consistent threat. Think of Wilfried Zaha at Crystal Palace back in the day. No one really took the punt on him because of off the field problems or potential attitude or disharmony or whatever. But Bryan Mbeumo, I think someone might take the punt on him because he's always going to be a threat with his attributes, with his shooting ability, with his ability to get in the right positions, with his ability to go around outside and inside with pace and directness as well. In that Brentford team, I think Bryan Mbeumo, what a player. Star man, looks like Sadio Mane at Southampton, for example. Different player than Mo Salah, not a right winger cutting inside all the time, but super effective. That would be my picks. If you want another winger, Kvaratskhelia, why not? But yeah, it'd be almost impossible to get him at Napoli. It would cost way too much, and he plays on the left anyway, so there you go, right? So yeah, they're my picks for the Mo Salah replacement. He's probably more easier to replace in terms of the attributes and the player, but not the persona, not that professionalism, not that never say die attitude, never give up attitude on his shirt as well. When we came back from Barcelona, never give up. Professionalism, looks after his body, a global superstar, you know, that kind of thing. You can't replicate that easily, but you can replicate his attributes, and everyone else would have to chip in with the assists and the goals as well. And of that lot, Jarrod Bowen, the best fit. Bryan Mbeumo is probably the best long term, but if you want X factor, then Kvaratskhelia or Leroy Sane, right? So there you go. I don't think Rafinha is a realistic option. He's too hot and cold, for example, and Bakayoko I don't think has the ceiling or the agility to reach those heights. So there's the Mo Salah replacement. And I do know we've been linked with Karim Adeyemi, who's a fantastic dribbler, but he's only a dribbler. The game intelligence isn't there, and he'd be so frustrating. I don't think Adeyemi is the one at Dortmund. For me, Rodrigo at Real Madrid is just not realistic. It's not realistic at all. He's going to grow up with him, doesn't want to leave them, and he might kick up a fuss if he eventually ends up in Liverpool anyway. So it kind of reminds me of Angel Di Maria at Man United. It just doesn't look like a proper fit. Now, I just made the video on Virgil van Dijk being one of the greatest centre-backs of all time. He's Liverpool's current captain, still in the top 1, 2 or 3 best centre-backs in the world. He will be for next year, even next 2 years, for example. How do you replace that? Well, you can't replace it. There's no one out there that does what he does. I mean, you look at Bastoni, for example. Bastoni's quality centre-back, can steal the ball, classy, can play in defensive midfield as well. But he's not as physically dominant. He's not as fast. He's not as technically proficient. He can't ping the ball like Van Dijk. He's not going to score as many Van Dijk. You just can't replace him. Who else you got? Ousmane Diomande. Diomande is actually solid, physical, quick, a specimen, but he's still a prospect. He hasn't got that aura, that commanding dominance of Virgil van Dijk. But then again, Virgil van Dijk bloomed late in his career as well, so could we want to look at? But Cosono as well is probably better than Diomande at the moment, but he's like 2 or 3 years old as well. Can you take one of them? You can't replace Van Dijk just like that. Tapsoba is better than Diomande. He's better, right, than Diomande, better than Cosono as well. But Tapsoba, he's not a Van Dijk replacement. He's a quality player. I'd take Tapsoba instantly. He's probably the best of the bunch. But then you look at more local, ready-made replacements. Mark Gray at Crystal Palace. But once again, he's hot and cold. Hasn't got the same dominance. He's smaller, although his aerial ability makes up for it. Like with Endo, leaping like a spring salmon, heading the ball away. He's fast. He's physical. He's homegrown as well. Used to the Premier League. But he's shown up that he can't really command the game as in the same way that Van Dijk can. Who else are we looking at? Jared Brantwaite at Everton. Now, he'd be a really good one. I'd really love Liverpool to go for him, but complications on bringing him across the Mersey into the Liverpool red colours as well. If we're the highest bidders, Everton will probably sell him. Man United have been long linked before Lenny Yoro as well. He'd be a quality one. Next up-and-coming English wonder kid centre-back. How long has it been since we had one of those? Maybe John Stones, for example. He'd be really good, but will Everton sell? It'd be a high price point, and he's not a Van Dijk replacement, but he's a quality centre-back who'd be good in rotation. So really, I think your only real option, who is fast, powerful, aerially dominant, can cover the whips, can ping a ball over the top as well. We got him already. It's Ibrahima Konate. He's the best in the world as a Van Dijk clone, right? And we got him already. You'll cut the net. Yes. No, really, who else could replace Van Dijk? Leadership quality, the void, making those around you feel more confident, making those around you feel better about themselves. You can cover them, you can play the high line, he can run back. It's literally only Konate that is so dominant as a physical specimen, as an athlete. Even Gabriel and Saliba kind of need each other, because Saliba's more like an Alessandro Nesta, a classy operator who tidy up, but he's not that absolutely dominating physical specimen like Van Dijk. He just doesn't have the same aura. In fact, Saliba said it himself, Van Dijk, cream of the crop. The cream of the crop! Number one. And Gabriel as well. I think Saliba is probably better than Gabriel, but Gabriel has higher highs in terms of goal scoring. He's really got into the goal scoring metrics at the moment. They work well as a pair, Gabriel and Saliba, but they have that front line in front of them, Jorginho, Partey and Rice, that helps them out a lot as well. Yeah, there's no natural replacement for Van Dijk. It's going to be so hard. It's going to be a collective effort, but Brantwaite would be a great way to start. Mark Gray as well, he's decent. He'd cover it as well. I think you look at Diomande as a long-term prospect, Kosono as well, but not linked to him as much. Tapsoba is probably the best of that bunch as well. Let me know your thoughts around a potential Van Dijk replacement, because for me, it's Konate, right? Konate and Quansah look like the future to me, especially Quansah signing that long-term contract, and Gomez is still around as well. And Gomez can cover the back line, so we're safe as houses there for now. Let me know. And although Bastoni is great, it'd be a hard ask to get him out of Syria. And Gleison Bremer as well. He suffered a bad injury at Juve. We were linked to him before he went to Juve. Don't think it's realistic, especially to see how he comes back with an injury as well. So let's get into Trent Alexander-Arnold now. No player in history plays like Trent Alexander-Arnold. Even your Javier Zanetti doesn't play like Trent Alexander-Arnold. Your Dani Alves, your Cafu, right? Carlos Alberto. None of the world-class right-backs can do what Trent does, because he's a playmaker, he's a facilitator, he's got a passing range, he's got a coolness, stability to change the angle of the attack, the phase of the attack in an instant. He's good defensively, he's not best in the world defensively. No one can do what Trent does, so you don't have a replacement for him, so you're going to have to look at an alternate option, of which we have the best young right-back wonder kid, probably up-and-coming, in Connor Bradley. So we're probably well stocked there already, and Joe Gomez can cover for him as well. We still have Calvin Ramsey out on loan as an understudy as well. So in terms of right back options, there are right back options available, but in reality, no one. If you're going to look at the first option for covering like for like, there's no one that can do what Trent does, in all honesty, unless you clone Steven Gerrard, because then actually that's an argument there. If Gerrard played right back his whole career, who's better, Gerrard or Trent Alexander-Arnold? Let me know in the comments below. Gerrard's a better right back. Can we say that? Can we say that? Is Gerrard a better right back than Trent Alexander-Arnold? He's faster. He's more physically aggressive. Better than tackle. But he's not as defensively responsible. He'd like to roam up as well, like get involved in play. I don't know. Conversation for another day. Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. I think we have already made one already. First team, Connor Bradley, captaining his country as well. Got the mentality, coming through the ranks as well. Loyal, can join in with the 1-2s, better at taking the ball on the run. Offensive threat, always finds himself in opposition penalty area. Delivery is decent as well. He hasn't got a long range delivery like Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he's probably got a just as good, if not a better, short ball passing game than Trent. But he won't pass it through the lines like Trent does. But he can run a man and beat a man on the dribble as well. He's got winger type qualities from deep position. So he'd be really, really good. He's more akin to a Javier Zanetti, right? So, and that what a compliment that is. Javier Zanetti is amazing, as was Dani Alves, as was Carlos Alberto, as was Cafu, defensively and offensively solid. So yeah, there are my thoughts and replacements for Van Dijk, Mo Salah and Trent. In terms of renewing, it looks like Van Dijk will renew, 3-year contract, 300k thereabouts. I think Salah will probably renew, because he's so desperate to hit all the records and play at the highest level. And even though he may not be the Salah of old, he's still constantly contributing. You can never write him off. Like, look how many points he accumulates in fantasy football come the end of the season. So there's always that. And if anyone does go, it's probably more likely to be Trent for trophies and career earnings and winnings, and for his brand image. He's a scouser and he wants to captain Liverpool. So 50-50 in conundrum there. But once again, we've got a ready-made replacement in Connor Bradley. So let's see what the future holds. In terms of my immediate future, I got a piece of kit. So let's have a look-see. And a lot of you guys have asked me where I pick up these kits. So vintage kits and all of the LFC retro stuff, I go to Mercari Japan. It's not a bidding site. It's a second-hand flea market kind of thing. So you go on there, you choose the one you want, you purchase it. You need a proxy like Zen Market, right? Link in description below. You get 800 Zen points, which give you 800 points off. I think it's going to be like 5 quid, 6 quid off your first order, but you can hoard that code. So you might as well sign up to Zen Market, keep that code forever until you find something you like. You search on Zen Market for under the Macquarie shop for LFC or Liverpool, and all the Liverpool goods show up, and you just buy the ones you want, and they'll ship it, they'll store it and ship it to you guys. So beautiful service. I used to use it back when I was in the UK. And if you want these beautiful kind of Japanese goods, Japanese themed kits as well, with the Japan Football Association, it's my mate Soccer Atoz, link in the description below as well. He does lots of soccer and football style kits as well. You use my code LFC JAP, you get free shipping and you get a discount as well. I think it's 10% off discount. He's a good man, good lad as well. But look, it's a kit for myself, Miyazaki Man Sai. I love my kit. Competition is still open, by the way. Who is my best all-time 11 LFC players using modern day tactics? Let me know in the Discord to win a piece of kit. In fact, it's this kit right here. Free shipping to you guys. Go in the Discord, join Discord in the QR code. Wait a minute. I've got this drill strike top. Why have I got this again? Do I need to give this away in a giveaway? All I know is this drill strike top is the one. It's maybe the best one they've made in years. Now, there's two variants of this. There's a black version with the green trim, and this is the green one with the black trim. But all I know is it's body hugging, and this makes you motivated to keep fit, to work out that body, get rid of the dad bod, and then run, son, and get fit. I love these drill strike tops. Top of the crop, cream of the crop. This is Channel Substance in Abundance. Let me know your thoughts on the ideal replacements for Van Dijk, Trent and Salah, and who do you think will stay and who do you think will go and under what terms and conditions as well. It's going to be very exciting. We're top of the table. Come on, Reds. Let's batter Chelsea and remain top of the table. Until next time, thank you to all the members. You keep this channel afloat. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. One and done. When we get to 100 members, signed up in the Discord, the name that you want, your persona name or nickname if you want to, your exclusive member numbers, yours only. I'll commission the good and send it your way when you get to 100 members as well. Thank you to all subscribers. I love you all very, very dearly. Miyazaki Man Sai and Mamacita Maimi, Miyazaki Mama Mai, will be continuing exclusive content, and I'll do my thoughts on Redmen TV this week as well. Have a great week, everyone. Until next time, Janet means ciao. Peace.
Liverpool fan in Japan.